We've got a question today. Can you use NLP on yourself? Hmm. Hi, I'm Dr. Heidi Heron, and today the question is, can you use NLP with yourself or on yourself, as it was asked? Now, there was an interesting answer to this on somebody else's Facebook group, and basically the answer that she gave was no, because you have to be in two different places at the same time. You can't feel and think at the same time. We can't? Don't we feel and think at the same time all the time? My answer is very different. Can we use the NLP skills on ourselves? Absolutely. I use them with myself. I teach other people to do that, and it's a big part of my next Living NLP program that starts in February 2023. Now, and will continue to be a part of that program. It is a matter of knowing what you're doing. For example, there's a process of parts integration. And parts integration takes two internal conflicting parts, and the process ultimately identifies the highest positive intention of both parts, helps the parts recognize that they were both part of one whole, notices the resources from both of them, integrates them, and brings them back inside so that we have more wholeness on the inside. So therefore, we can live life more congruently aligned and not being pulled in those different directions. As long as I know that, as long as I know the flow of the process, I just do the process. Most processes, NLP processes, belief changes, pattern changes, creating anchors, changing submodalities, parts integration, all of these different tools, and there's lots and lots of them. They generally take somewhere between 5, 10, 15 minutes to lead someone through. Now, when I'm first learning NLP, I was very much having to know the process. So I would read a step on my script. I would close my eyes and do that step. I would open my eyes. I would look at the script. I would see the next step. I would do that. Once I knew the flow of it, when I notice, for example, that parts integration inside, I know the flow of the process. So I don't need to read myself a script or get involved in my conscious mind and try and figure something out. In fact, that's not how NLP works in the first place. It's not about figuring something out. You do that already with your conscious thinking analytical mind. This is internal. It's that unconscious processing. So again, if I have a parts integration, I just notice both of those parts, a part of me this and a part of me this, and I notice them and I go, okay, what's your intention? Your intention is for my freedom, my happiness, my peace, my overall wellness, my being me. And this part that feels a little bit stuck is here to keep me safe so that I can progress, so I can move forward, so that I can have happiness and freedom, so I can be me and live my life. And absolutely, they belong to the same part. And this one has more fun and flow and happiness, and this one has a bit more stability and rigor and reality to it. But they used to belong together, so I can just reintegrate them. And I can notice the connection, the wholeness, and then bring it back in. And I can let that settle on the inside. Whew. And then I can come back and I can think about those parts and realize that they served a benefit, but that one part was there really keeping me safe. And I don't need that element of safety every single day. And now as I think about those parts, I can go, all right, let's get on with this. Well, let's get on with this. Let's do it all, because it is possible to do it all. The key to being able to use NLP with yourself is to be aware of the processes and really have that conscious, unconscious awareness of how they work. Same thing with like a timeline belief pattern or unconscious pattern change. I access my timeline. I just go, okay, where did that come from? And float back to wherever that came from without the conscious need to think. Notice what emotions are there, store the learnings, float above it and go, yep, those learnings have been stored and the feelings are gone, and then float back to now, allowing my unconscious mind to store the learnings. I don't need to think about it, analyze it, reason it. And the more, even in practice, when I'm working with people, if I can get them to just follow through the process, we can dissect it later. We can talk about it later. We can figure out all those bits and pieces later. Simple answer, can you use NLP with yourself? Absolutely. Know your process, know your intention, get out of your head, go for it. Have fun. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Like this video or podcast if you're listening to it, and I will talk to you soon.